So they say put your mask on, take a deep breath, suck. Okay, I got it on. Then they give you this tube that you stick in your mouth, and the rest of the tube is supposed to stick out of the water at all times. This is very important information.
A mask in a tube and a ping pong ball was standard equipment, they said. A mask in a tube and a ping pong ball suspended over my head. Clunk, clunk, pop. Pink, pink. Pong, pong. Clunk, clunk, pop. Pong, pong. Pink, pink.
Damn, that was annoying.
How I ever swallowed the ping pong ball is still a mystery to me. But somehow the ball got in the tube, it was really the end of me. Clunk, clunk, pop. Pink, pink. Pong, pong. Clunk.
Get that crap out of here.
Well, now that I'm stuck on the ocean bed, I feel as though I belong. Cause now I'm breathing just like a fish, and the fish all play ping pong. Clunk, clunk, pop. Pink, pink. Pong, pong. Clunk, clunk, pop. Pong, pong. Pink, pink. Clunk, clunk, pop. Pink, pink. Pong, pong. Clunk, clunk, pop. Pong, pong.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ?
You know what you are, Greg?
What? A genius, right?
You're like Dr. Demento without the charm.
Huh. Okay. Weird Al Yankovic without the Yankovic and the Al?
No, you'd be more like the guy who plays the music. Not the guy who records the novelty
Well,
songs.
I don't know. I don't know if that's accurate.
Well, you have done a little of both, I guess.
You know, I haven't been diving as much as I would like to right now, and that's given me more time.
Yeah, and that's not a good thing.
You know, to play around on my surface interval in the studio and kind of work on my musical chops. So, you know, I mean, I can't do a classic like, you know, that song we just heard.
Oh, no.
But, you know, I've been trying to, like, hey, could I do something that would really set the dive world on fire, or at least still be productive in some way musically?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this might be a great time to go get a snack.
What are you talking about? No, see, I did this. This is an original composition.
Scuba Lust.
Scuba Lust, yeah. Feel it? Bob along, tap your feet. Yeah.
Scuba Lust.
Right. Scuba Lust, yes. Everybody.
Scuba Lust.
It's a real toe tapper. Okay. Yeah, scuba.
Scuba Lust.
Vinny Two Tanks loves it. He's bobbing his head. You can see that on Facebook Live. All right, everyone, sing along. Got the munchkins. Like it? Yeah. All right. See, this is what happens when you have an extended surface interval. It's not good.
Is there a gong somewhere I can?
No, this isn't. This is not a.
I wanted to gong you so badly.
This was not a competition. It was an exhibition.
CJ, this is what goes on inside his brain.
Yeah, it's pretty intense, isn't it? It's hard to wrap your head around sometimes, but if anything, it illustrates the importance of why I need to go diving. Because this is what happens when I don't.
We need to keep you out of here when you're not on the show.
You need to keep me underwater. Yeah.
So he doesn't come up with crap like that.
But I was watching the video for YouTube and Facebook, and Vinny Two Tanks in particular seemed to dig it. I saw his head bobbing, you know?
Clearly he's high on mushrooms.
Well, it doesn't matter. Whatever
doesn't
it works.
matter,
Yeah, see, he doesn't matter. He's game. And we can't see Mermaid Kristen because I think she blacked out.
She bailed. I don't blame her.
There she is.
Yeah, you liked that, didn't you, Kristen? You turned the video off and you just put on your headphones, kind of sunk into the whole vibe. Did it kind of take you back to your underwater, experiences as a mermaid? When
sure. Yeah, sure. We can say that.
Don't give me the big hand.
Yeah. Well, it's scuba lust. That's what it is. Jerry, what say you? You thought that was number one with a bullet, right?
Yeah, with your name wrote on it.
Okay.
Keep him away from the recording devices.
Well, okay,
I know I can't be here all the time, though.
That was 2 fins up. I think that's what he's trying to say.
No, he said it sucked.
No, he didn't say that.
CJ, just unplug it before you leave.
What do you mean?
He'll never figure out what you pulled out.
Barry liked it.
That's
Come
true.
on, Barry.
I could do a number of things.
Yeah.
No, look, I'll throw this out to the group. You all have a lust for scuba, don't you? You wouldn't be doing this show if you didn't. Bubble Boy, come on. You lust for scuba diving, don't you?
Yes, I do, Greg.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, we do, but we
even says it's creepy.
We just wish it wasn't put to like an elevator disco beat.
Well, that's just bonus.
We did have a lust for it, but after that, we don't no more.
Huh.
Bad. Greg.
That's not really.
Sucked.
Back to the studio you go.
Well, I'll just do more of them. If we can't go diving, I'm going to produce more of this nonsense. Casey?
I really think get better with the uke.
With the ukulele. You know what?
Yeah.
I did not put any ukulele parts in this yet, but that's not a bad idea.
I think that's what ruined it.
That I didn't have ukulele in there? Yeah, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, well, you know what I'm thinking about doing is in this downtime, maybe I'll create a ScubaRadio guitar.
The ukulele.
We have a ScubaRadio acoustic guitar already, but we don't have an electric. So
you know what we could do?
What could we do, Jerry the Diver Guy?
We could go to South Florida and catch lobsters, Greg.
What, instead of produce world-class musical pieces like that?
It's been 84 degrees all week, Greg.
And what are you trying to say? Go diving and quit playing music?
This would be the week to do it.
Yeah. Well, it's overcast, though, isn't it?
Nah, it's nothing.
It's rainy? Oh, actually, I'm looking at the Gomez Hilton. No, it looks beautiful down there, doesn't it, Walt?
There you go.
Okay. Maybe we need to. Because, if I don't go diving soon, I'm going to do some more music like that.
It can't get any worse than that, though.
Yes, it can.
Don't give him a challenge.
Yeah.
You can help me with Dennis's daughter's dive master class.
So, that's right. Jerry the Diver Guy has been commissioned to certify our buddy Dennis. His daughter wants to get her instructor or dive master or both. Dive master. And Dennis has talked to Jerry about becoming her instructor. What do you think of that, CJ?
Okay.
Was that a good move, or should he revert back to?
I don't know. I've never taken instruction from Jerry. Maybe he gets serious. I don't know.
Very serious.
Do you?
Yes.
Say something.
So I can't say. I don't know. He might be great.
You know what?
Get those damn tanks over here.
That's not serious. That's an order. That's
it's a request.
That's abuse. That's not any kind of reference to scuba lust. It doesn't bring out any good stuff. All right, more coming up.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Conventional underwater scooters can be heavy, unwieldy, and underpowered. At just over 8 pounds and with speeds of up to 7 miles per hour, the Scuba Jet Pro dive scooter is a game changer and fits in your dive bag. The Scuba Jet Pro uses an eco-friendly jet engine with impeller technology. With adapters, it can even power paddleboards, canoes, kayaks, and all kinds of water sports equipment. It's the most versatile scooter you'll ever own. Learn more and get the Scuba Jet Pro at ScubaJet.com. That's ScubaJet.com.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving, flying, and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving, flying, and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why I wanted to tell you about Nanook Professional Protective Cases. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook cases generally cost less than similar products currently on the market. From an iPhone to a full set of dive gear, whatever you need to shield from the elements, Nanook Professional Protective Cases has the size, shape, and color for you. Go to Nanook.com. That's NANUK.com for Nanook Professional Protective Cases. The evolution of protection.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new ScubaRadio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 ScubaRadio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive, buddy, sexy?
Always. And I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New ScubaRadio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com.
So cool.
Order yours today, or stay a loser.
Let me tell you about a friend I know. He's got the world's first scuba diving radio show. So now everywhere I am, and everywhere I go, the first thing that I tune to is Scuba Radio.
Yeah, that is the Scuba Cowboy, by the way. Yeah, he did not have anything to do with Scuba Lust. Just for the record, that was all me.
Clearly, we can hear that.
Yeah,
we can hear the difference between a professional and well.
Oh, don't talk about him that way. That's not it. That is just not right. You know,
I think Barry meant you.
When inspiration hits, you just have to go with it. And
did you just feel the love, Greg?
Yeah, of course I do. Of course I do.
But how when there's none coming your way?
I don't know what you're talking about.
We hated that song. We all hated it.
Loved Scuba Lust.
Hated it.
Okay.
Hated it.
All right.
Please never play that again.
Yeah, but you know, we may come up with some kind of inspirational idea that might spark another genius idea like that. So feel free, as the member of the show, to blurt out.
I don't think you know
ideas.
what the word genius means.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
You keep misusing it.
No,
Sir,
I'm called that all the time.
Sir, could I please have another?
Inconceivable.
Is he talking about a bear? Or?
I don't.
Okay. All right.
I'd like another song, sir.
See, Casey, he's a glutton for punishment, I think, or masochist, or musical masochist.
Don't encourage him, Casey.
Yeah, that's it.
Kissing up. That's all it is.
Greg, the musical masochist. Hero. Yeah. See?
The next song will be about Casey.
Maybe. Or I could just take different phrases from the show and turn it into a song, like Later Nerd. You know, Kristen could have her song like that. Jerry the Diver Guy could have one.
Oh, so another song with only two words to it.
Yeah. You know, well, no, 3. What's going on? That's 3.
Who's drunk?
Yep. Well, that's 2. But
who's drunk?
Yeah. So Barry, you got to come up.
I'm working on it.
A phrase.
Who's drunk?
Later, nerd.
Think, Barry. Think.
No.
There you go. All right. See, we got it going here. Oh God, we got to go diving.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
But by the way, the water is fine. Why don't you take a little plunge?
The water's fine, yeah. There ain't no telling, baby, what we'll find.
Don't cost nothing.
Put your hand in mine. The water's fine.
Yes, the water is fine, according to Barry the Bugger down in South Florida. It is a little warmer this week. A little overcast where I am, but quite nice down there at the Gomez Hilton. So
well, the cold fronts are backing up and kind of hanging over the Orlando area.
Okay, but
it's
down
clear
there,
down here.
it's good nice. Where you
Thanks,
are.
Barry. We're here. We know.
Yeah,
I know.
For making us feel worse than we already do.
You're welcome.
You son of a.
It's actually supposed to stay in the high 70s, low 80s all through tonight. So
yeah, but it's kind of rainy and gooey out.
Yeah, gooey.
Yeah.
Gooey.
That's a weather term. Yeah.
Okay.
I think you need to see a doctor, Greg.
No. I just need to go diving. That would solve all my issues.
Medical attention.
This is what happens once again when you have when you have an extended surface interval. This type of stuff ends up happening.
And a psychiatrist.
Marbles. Yeah. Okay.
You play that for a shrink, and they'll lock you up.
Play what?
Scuba Lust.
What is that? What are you talking about?
You play that song, and they'll lock you up.
What song?
Scuba Lust.
Oh, I blocked that out a long time ago.
That was 5 minutes ago.
Duh. See?
He's that good.
I wish I had your selective memory.
Right.
Because I'd love to forget that song.
That's what happens when you mature.
Do you remember?
The water temp right now. The water temp right now is 74 degrees.
Okay, that's not bad. It's spring. Spring diving.
Pretty good. Yeah,
3 mil, 30, 40 minutes for me. I could do that easy. But
you could do a 5 mil and do an hour, Greg.
Well, yeah, but that's more trouble than it's worth. You know who we're supposed to hear from today, possibly, if things work out well, is Dr. Doug Ebersol, because he is in Utah ice diving today. Did you guys hear about this?
Yep.
See this on Facebook?
I did.
What are you shaking your head for, Barry? Why?
Ice diving.
Yeah. Haven't you ever wanted to do that?
No, I actually, it looks gorgeous from the pictures I've seen up in the Alaska area. The water looks, a couple 100 feet of visibility. Right. It doesn't even look like water. But to be under ice,
come on.
Between the cold and again, it's like an overhead environment, that makes me a little nervous.
Listen.
And it's funny because I don't mind diving in ships and wrecks, but caves kind of spook me out, and I would think that comes along with it.
With diving under the ice.
Conquer your fear,
hasn't
Barry.
been in the water in a while and is afraid of the sharks.
No, I'm not afraid of the sharks. I respect them.
Yeah, why do you say
In
that?
the water with them.
Wait, why are you trash talking Barry, Jerry?
He hasn't been in the water for a while, and he's putting ice diving down.
Well,
No,
have you ever done that, Jerry?
No, but I've been wanting to.
Okay, so you would like to mark it off the list. Okay, yeah. I would like to as well.
As much as I hate cold water, I would still go do it.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the video. They've been shooting some video and putting it up on Facebook. But we're going to try to set up a live link with Dr. Doug Ebersol at some point this afternoon and see if we can find out what it's like. Basically, I figure it's going to go like this. Hey, Doug, how's it going? Ah! And that'll be pretty much it.
Good, Greg.
Yeah, Barry.
It isn't the cold that would. I mean, the cold I wouldn't care for, but it's again
the shrinkage.
The overhead environment thing. That's why I don't like the idea of cave diving or ice diving.
Well, here's the difference. If you're ice diving, at least you could see through the top of the cave in a sense, and then you could see.
Well,
like I'm just inches away from living.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
You're pounding on the ice. Air is getting low.
Right. Maybe.
That's a hard pass for me.
That's why you have a
hard pass because ice is for your drink.
Or, to dive under.
Ice
you know what they do up north.
Freeze to death.
Well, no. At this
That's
time,
what they do.
They go dive some of the lakes, and there are actually like these leagues of underwater hockey. And so the divers go down underwater, and they have a puck and hockey sticks, and they play on the underside of the ice. And the goals, I believe, are holes in the ice. So
it's a floating puck.
Well, yeah,
it's got a float,
evidently,
so it sticks to the ice.
Right, but you play upside down. That would be that'd be kind of wild, wouldn't it?
That would be funny.
Yeah,
it really would.
I've seen the videos.
Take your mind off dying.
Yeah.
No,
but you gotta be. You got to be really comfortable with diving because then you're upside down. Some people don't dive very well that way because the water comes up their nose.
Well, I mean, there's that issue, I guess. You got to figure it out. But, it's definitely a chilly form of diving. Talking about dry suit type stuff for sure. But it does look interesting. The video always looks interesting when you're there in the flesh.
If you pee in your dry suit when you're upside down, that means...
Why would you do this?
Hey,
he likes the taste of it. Sicko.
Oh, gosh.
Eats yellow snow.
Bring back Scuba Lust.
Okay.
What about that, Kristen? As far as you being a mermaid, when you're underwater, do you have a threshold for cold water, or are you kind of like, like when you're on a mission to do a model shoot or something? I mean, he's like, hey, I suck it up and I don't care how cold it is, or what? What do you think?
If it's for a photo shoot, then I'll suck it up. Like I just did a photo shoot in the snow last week.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't choose to go diving in cold water.
Right. Well, I know.
Not stupid.
Well, no, I know that, but I mean, is there a threshold where you say like, okay, if it's this water temp, no, I can't do this, or do you like?
Yeah, I mean, if it's colder water and I'm trying to get under and do like something under the water, it makes it harder for me to hold my breath as long.
Right. Okay.
And so I don't. If it's too cold, then it's not worth doing.
Yeah, I got to say that the mermaids that we've had that we work with when they're on a mission. We were in the Galapagos once, and the water temp was in the 60s.
Yeah.
And they
I've done that.
And you've done this where you're in your. I mean, that's freaking cold. I mean, and so it's more of just an issue of like mind over matter kind of stuff.
But here's
Kristen.
a puck.
Yeah.
Focus on underwater hockey and not on the temperature.
Focus on the cash.
Yeah,
don't pee in your dry suit.
Well, they're in their mermaid.
To get the shot.
Yeah, got to get the shot. Anything for the shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you've never had a situation where you said, "Okay, I've had enough." It's all about getting through it. Is that it, Kristen?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've gone in the cold water before and done like stuff, but it's eventually, probably after like 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I can't keep doing this.
All right, Kristen's blue. Let's call it. It's kind of like that. The director or whatever has to do that. All right.
Yeah.
So, but you are would you consider yourself a warm water wuss? Like when it comes to your just fun for diving? So what is the water temperature? What is your ideal water temp, you figure?
I like 80 degrees.
80.
Or higher.
The Neil Watson rule?
I like 84.
Yeah.
84.
If it's warmer than 80 and up is okay for me.
Yeah, 84 is almost too warm, CJ.
Nah, 84 is awesome.
No, that's like bathtub.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's no.
You don't even need a wetsuit.
Well, you wouldn't.
That's how I like.
You don't need a wetsuit at 80.
No, but
wouldn't you agree, Jerry? Better. 80 is pretty warm, isn't it?
80 is warm.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you get over 80, it kind of goes away from being refreshing. I think.
Greg, I am a warm water wuss. I love the warm water, but to do ice diving one time would be cool. I mean, they pump. You can go to places and they pump warm water into your wetsuit.
Yes, it's called urinating, right?
I'll donate to Jerry's wetsuit for him.
Wow. Now that's a buddy.
You're going to pee in Jerry's wetsuit?
Oh, God.
I don't understand.
Is that what that extra hose is for?
Okay. I want to make sure he stays warm.
Wow.
Use the low pressure valve.
Yeah, that's a dedicated buddy right there. Yeah, willing to keep your buddy warm.
Oh, God, help us.
Yeah, I think we're beyond help. But honestly, I do think there's a top threshold too. I would agree that 80 is probably the cutoff. Once you get into like 81, 82, it starts to get to the point where the water is almost too warm.
What is normal body temperature?
98.6.
Right.
Yeah, but that doesn't really. But once again, Barry, once you get beyond like 81, 82, it starts to feel like the water is warm. And if you're going to spend hours and hours,
if you do an hour and a half dive, it starts to get chilly.
Well, true, but
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, once I agree with Barry.
Yeah, but still, that that initial rush of being refreshed in the water and stuff, you kind of lose that after a certain.
Yeah, but water's
temp.
a conductor, and it will take the heat out.
Yeah, if you stay underwater for that long, but we're not going to stay under that long, are we?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
As long as we can.
Scuba Radio.
Would you like to talk diving? Greg the Dive Master's all toweled down and ready to take your call now. Call Scuba Radio at 1-888-88-SCUBA.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater. Dive computers for demanding divers.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
How close are we to the office we're going to later?
Oh, no, we're not going to an office, Jeannie. No, the Cubans like to do business in cafes and restaurants. Yeah, they're collegial people. Swashbuckling, just impossibly romantic.
How do you shut this thing off? Is it a button inside?
You know, as Graham Greene once said, in the Havana, anything is possible.
Did he say it with that stupid accent, or how did he say it?
The Dive Master, this is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. And Cuba might be back on the table as destinations we can go to here coming soon. And the new administration is talking about rolling back some of the restrictions to go back to Cuba.
You'll go to Cuba and go Cuba diving?
Go Cuba diving.
There's you interviewed someone that wrote a whole book about diving in Cuba.
Yes.
Years ago, I had that book, and it's supposed to have some beautiful reefs out there.
Well, I've been there twice, Barry. You know
How
that,
long
right?
ago was that?
Listen, Barry, listen!
I'm listening.
It was just about 3 years ago. Yeah, and I went twice.
Could have been it could have been 3 years.
Yeah.
When did they close it down? They closed it down not too long ago.
Well, that's right. But yeah, it was 3 to 5 years ago. I went there not once, but twice. It's a beautiful island.
In 2017.
Yeah, we'll go with that. See?
Greg brought back some awesome cigars.
That is true. Actually, now that you mention it, that was right before my little incident. So it would have been a little over 4 years ago, last time I was in Cuba.
Right, when there was another administration.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I think it was the first time I was there was when Obama had just been voted back into the office for his second term. And then a few years later, yeah. So anyway, they're talking about opening it back up because Trump, shut it down a little bit again. And they're talking about rolling it back. It'll take some time. But the good news is for divers that you might be able to get back over to the island and experience some of those reefs that you've read about, Barry. Yeah.
That's right.
Scuba diving. It's a neat place. The thing about Cuba is that it's not just about the diving underwater. It's really about the whole experience, the whole thing. Because if you remember, other than Barry, the one thing that pointed out or that became apparent to me when I went to Cuba was that you probably, if you really are, I don't know, used to being pampered and having top-notch accommodations, you might want to travel with a toilet seat.
See, that's a deal breaker for me.
What? You just wear it on the airplane as kind of a necklace kind of thing, and you're good to go. Camel DiMartini, what say you?
Don't forget about the Cuban rum.
That's right. Well, of course, yeah. I mean, you got the cigars, you got the rum you can get there. And so there's a lot of cool things.
I can get rum and cigars here.
Not the same. It's just not the same. It's a totally different.
Tobacco leaves for toilet paper.
Yeah.
Walk can attest to the Havana Club.
He can. Different. He's a big fan. He is a big fan. Yeah, and they have all kinds of unique type of things like that you can experience on your surface interval. There's plenty of stuff to occupy your time that would keep you out of the studio making music.
Well, that'd be good for you.
Yeah, for me, right. And actually, it's a very musical country, too.
Disco Greg.
Yeah, they got, one ton tomato.
Dennis could just...
tomato.
Dennis could put a parachute on you and just push you out of his airplane as he flies over it.
Okay, you could do that, possibly.
And he'll be shot to ribbons by the time he hits the water.
Yeah, Captain Walt is a big fan of the Havana Club 7. Is that right, Walt? Is that your thing?
That's it, Havana Club 7. Yeah,
that's it. See? Lucky number 7. So, these are things you can do in Cuba, and we might actually have the option to get back there. What was it was a little frustrating. The last time I went, we were kind of laying the groundwork to go back there on a semi-regular basis, and then all of a sudden Trump came in and said, no, everybody needs to stop doing this. And they kind of made it a little more difficult to do. They didn't make it impossible. They just made it more difficult, which is
still a communist country.
Well, yeah, that part hadn't changed.
China,
but exactly. I mean, you could still do it, but there's a few hoops you got to jump through, and And it's not that it's impossible to do. It just makes it more, people are more hesitant. The perception of going and all the extra paperwork you got to do, and you're not supposed to spend any money in the country, and da-da-da-da. And it's like, can you do that? Of course. There's ways to kind of skirt the rules a little bit. But do you want to put yourself in that situation where you might be opening yourself up to problems in the future? And a lot of people would say no. Just like with COVID, right now we have the problem of if you go out of the country, you got to come back, and you got to get a test before you're allowed back in the country when you're flying. But as we heard last week, Neil was talking about this, right?
Right.
About if you come back on a boat, you don't necessarily have to get a test. There's some issues there, or a loophole that might be.
Call that smuggling.
No, that wouldn't be smuggling. It's just a loophole. That actually, right now, it's legal to do that, supposedly, but we don't know all the details. And
give it time; that'll change.
Well, it very well may. So we will see. Yeah,
do you think that happens because aircraft will fly to different parts of the country?
No, I think it's just somebody forgot, and it's like, oh wait, we forgot to mention that you can't do it on a boat either. So they just, when you make these rules fast and furious like that, you forget things like that. All right, look, we got hour 2 on deck. We're going to talk more about some ice diving, possibly do a live connection with Dr. Doug Ebersol from Utah. That and much more coming up on the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Stay close.
On the boat or down below, if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio.
This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling the radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea. Under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to Hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ's in the studio with me, and I have a big announcement for everybody on the show today, especially the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad. CJ already knows this because he was feasting during the commercial break. However, as a bonus for everybody participating in the show today, you will get a free bag of heinous anus scuba snacks delivered right to your door for your consumption this week. You're welcome.
Oh, goody.
Yeah. So congratulations. And, just one of the things.
Did we get confirmation on the shipping on that?
No.
I know we were working on it, but I didn't know it was confirmed.
Oh, no. And just, when you get this little baggie and you open it up, they look a little odd because they're shaped like suppositories. But
depositories.
It's
a new one. There's a new Gregism.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Does that start with a Z?
This is really exciting because this will be our first free perk of 2021.
That's right. Oh, and by the way, I might have that mixed up. I don't know if they're shaped like suppositories for the fun part of it, or are they dual purpose?
No.
I
believe they're to be ingested orally.
Okay. I'm just saying, you
do whatever you want, man. You do you, Greg, as the kids say. You do you. Okay?
I'm just saying.
For the rest of us.
There might be a disclaimer on the package that warns against such things, but you're welcome.
It does.
I have another.
It does concern me a little that you would think that.
Well, no. I mean, it just goes with the whole marketing campaign.
That's your default. Maybe I could put this somewhere else.
Well, you might. That's one way to keep them fresh.
Define fresh.
Well, you're diving, and then you're going to use them on your surface.
Okay.
Kind of like fresh flowers.
Oh. Hey now.
I think there's a notation on there that says exit only.
Yeah, that's very possible.
Nature's coin purse.
Right. Oh golly. I see Mermaid Kristen with her hand over her mouth like she's about ready to blow chunks. Is that?
We haven't made her do that yet. I'm disappointed.
There's always next week.
Greg, you got another hour, buddy.
Yeah. All right.
Keep working it.
Really?
Yeah.
This is all I got.
You can do it.
Yeah. No, we do have some other stuff. Like I said, we're trying to connect with Dr. Doug Ebersol, who is in Utah, and planning a ice dive. I think they're underwater right now. That's why we haven't heard from them yet.
Are phones legal there?
What do you mean? Are they legal? Why would they? Why would they?
Isn't that like a Mormon state or something?
What would that have to do with technology?
They have special underwear.
They're not.
I don't think they're Amish. No.
What?
Yeah, it's a different thing.
Vinny, what? Hold on, back up.
The Amish have special underwear. Is that what we're saying, Vinny? What do you know that we don't?
It was we were talking about Utah, and I said, he said something about Mormons, and I said, well, they do wear special underwear.
Okay, how do you know this, and why is that so?
Please elaborate.
Oh, they're going to pull us off the air now.
Is this like, the underwear you wear under a dry suit, Vinny, or?
It's just things you hear, but,
Things you hear, okay.
Yeah.
Who are you listening to is the question, I think, is what we're getting to. All right.
You sure it's something that you haven't experienced, Vinny?
Have not. I just heard people talking.
Okay, he's
hearing voices in his head.
It's scuttlebutt. Maybe it's, yeah. It could be some kind of conspiracy theory thing, but
Vinny,
something
pull the wedgie.
You should avoid it all.
Vinny, dig it out.
Quiet. All right. So, but as far as ice diving, I mean, I think if you could get over that cold mentality of going to do the activity itself, I think once you got under there and you were looking up through the ice, or I mean, I've seen plenty of videos. It looks pretty magical under there. You know? You don't think there's no way you could
I think
be
it would
convinced.
look cool as hell.
Yeah.
I would love being under there. That's
and
awesome. But
once you saw that, just like, you lose your fear, for instance, of sharks.
I don't get over the cold, though. I just
or
don't.
night dive or something.
Well, Barry's shaking his head no.
Barry says no. Is that just purely because of the temperature, or?
No, I tell you, overhead environment.
Overhead environment, okay.
But they tie a rope.
Hey, Barry, there's a roof over your head right now.
Oh, my God!
Yeah, but actually, I can breathe air.
You can't breathe air.
Yeah. See, my house isn't full of water.
Yet.
Okay.
Luckily. Yes.
Right.
Who knows what'll happen this hurricane season?
That is true.
Way to look on the bright side.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but, I mean, if you could get down there, I think it would be pretty awesome. Kristen, I want to ask you, though. If someone said, hey, we want to do a mermaid shoot underwater, under the ice, would you do it?
I don't know. It would depend on the circumstances, to be honest, because it's one thing to be under the ice with like a regulator in a tank.
Yeah.
But being under the ice just like on your own.
Well, we would work that
If I
part out.
could I be her agent just for 1 minute?
Okay, sure.
Okay, ask the same thing of me.
Okay, would you like to go underwater as a mermaid?
No, not me. I'm representing Kristen.
Would your client,
I'm just saying. What you
yes,
asked.
thank you.
Would your client like to?
Yeah. Perform underwater as a mermaid under the ice.
If the price is right.
If the price is right.
That's what you say. That's the phrase you need, Kristen.
All right, here it is.
That's true too, though. If the price is right, I'll definitely
Kristen,
do it.
That's what I'm talking about.
I got not one, but 2 bags of heinous anus scuba snacks.
I would say at least double whatever.
4 bags. My final offer. What? Well, so what's the answer,
Do
Representative?
you really do much with those?
No.
I'd rather have actual money.
Greg,
I don't know. These things. These probably won't last in the mainstream market, so they'll become collectibles.
Far be it from me to shatter any illusions.
Yeah.
I don't want to take you out of your fantasy.
What do you mean?
Those aren't real.
What, the heinous anus?
No.
What are you talking about?
It's a joke.
I'll take it in the form of a scuba jet.
There you go.
Okay.
I would do
All
that
right.
too.
Well,
I'll be a mermaid for a scuba jet.
Well, no
it's
one's funny.
asking you.
It is funny you bring that up. You remember Hannes, who was the guy from Scuba Jet that was here last week, right?
That was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Well,
and I wasn't here that week, but I know who you're talking about.
Oh, that's right. That's right. But
he was sitting in my chair.
I kept accidentally saying Hannes instead of Hannes, which is his name.
Of course.
It's kind of spelled similar.
Yeah. And
I kept saying that because I knew we were coming out with this new product or this new campaign, and that is my excuse. Now you know. So and look, a lot of big money ideas start with kind of as a joke, CJ. So you say, sure, the product doesn't exist yet, it's a joke, but hey, somebody listening right now,
make some crappy chocolate chip
it's
cookies.
probably on Reddit, is thinking we could launch this product, build it up into a big thing, and make thousands and thousands of dollars.
I think the merch would do well. I think you could sell some T-shirts.
Well, okay, there's an idea.
The rainbow poop or the reindeer poop.
Excuse me. What did he just blurt
out?
out?
Right beside of the reindeer poop.
I don't know what he's referring to.
Who knows?
Kristen, do you have any idea? Can you translate hillbilly
No,
for
I
us?
have no clue.
Reindeer poop, Greg.
Reindeer poop has what to do?
Oh dear God! Never mind.
As a novelty,
it's candy.
It's right up there with moose poop jewelry.
Yep.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
I've seen the moose poop thing. I have. I know what you're talking about there, but reindeer.
Are you talking about moose knuckle?
No, I'm not.
I'm confused.
Here goes another drink.
Oh boy.
Is it happy hour yet?
Was that the phrase that pays, or a phrase?
No.
The word that you're supposed to say and everyone drinks?
Dialing for dollars.
No. Okay. All right. Well, so it sounds like Kristen will not do a mermaid shoot under the ice unless she has the support staff to.
No, I was telling you, if it's big bucks, yeah.
And a bankroll of money.
Money talks. Okay. Got it. All right. What is Jerry just flashed us?
It was a bowl of his poop.
Showing you the
golly.
reindeer poop.
Okay. Why he has this,
God.
I don't know. And thank God it's a
God, I
blurry
hope we
camera.
can connect with Dr. Doug soon.
Yeah, he's been distracted by reindeer and their leftovers. Don't eat that yellow snow.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Be an explorer in the other 2/3 of your world. Be the buddy who takes the kids in the aquarium instead of just to it. Be adventurous. Be amazed. Be a diver.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out in the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
You finally show me something I care about, and then you drag me away.
It is beautiful beneath the sea. But if you stay too long, you'll drown.
I wasn't drowning. I was home.
Please, somebody, won't you take me to the city, beneath the city.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg, the dive master. CJ's in the studio with me. We got the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad connected via the web. Barry the Bugger, Jerry the Diver Guy, Vinny Two Tanks, Casey the Tobacco Nut, Bubble Boy. CJ's, you're just nodding and yeah, okay. Camwell DeMartini, Gomez, Hilton, and Mermaid Kristen. Yeah.
I like to make you feel like you're saying something important.
Well, okay. I'm sorry, guys. I was trying to build you up a little bit, and CJ distracted me.
Took us down again.
No, I just put you in your place, I guess. All right. Mm-hmm. Hey, who has the best job in diving?
Me.
Okay, Jerry the Diver Guy says he does.
Well, it's true. He does dive.
What, as a dive instructor, or what do you mean, Jerry?
All the above. I got a shop. I teach. I'm on the radio with you.
Okay.
What else more do I want? Travel the world?
All right. He's got a pretty good gig.
Then you'd be Greg.
Barry, not a fan.
Coors Light.
Yeah.
I got a Coors Light. So.
Right. Okay.
Oh,
well,
Greg has the best.
No,
job.
I didn't say I wasn't a fan.
Vinny?
I said Jerry has the best job.
Oh, so you agree with Jerry, Barry?
Absolutely.
Okay. So Barry and Jerry.
He wants to urinate down my wetsuit.
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah, don't urinate in my wetsuit and tell me it's raining.
Jerry, it keeps you warm. I don't want you to get too cold.
Okay.
That's
right.
love. That's love.
Well, I don't know. Mermaid Kristen may have the best job in diving. Being a mermaid, that's kind of a loosely connected dive. Related.
I will soon have a very good job in diving. I was actually just saying that on the commercial break.
Yeah, what? What will that be?
Is this an announcement?
Are you the official spokesperson of Hannah's Anna Scuba Snacks?
No, Greg. Let her talk.
Okay.
No, so Patty has come out with their mermaid instructor program.
Yeah.
Or like their mermaid certifications.
Oh, okay.
And the regional rep for like my area, I know him pretty well. He contacted me the other day and said that I'm pretty much the only person in the area that they know of, like in his whole region, that does anything like what I do.
Yeah.
And that has actually taught and done classes before, which, because I don't know if you guys know, I helped to start the mermaid school in the Outer Banks back in 2016.
Oh, okay. No, I did not know that.
Yeah. Me and two other girls were the original instructors. And so now that Patty has this course that they're offering, they need instructors, and all of the stuff that I've done throughout the last couple of years basically qualifies me to become instantly become a mermaid instructor, certified Patty mermaid instructor.
How about that?
That's pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So I'm going to be like the only one really, he says I'm the only one in the area. And he said that he's got people from other regions reaching out to him, trying to get the course done. And so like, I would be the one that would get to go and teach all the mermaids, like a little bit of travel to go places to help teach in the other regions and whatnot.
Right. Teach
So,
them
I'm super
mermaid
excited about
etiquette and that kind of thing. It's like a finishing school, isn't it?
Well, the Patty certification, mermaid certification is, it's basically kind of teaching you the basics of how to swim in the tail and certain breath hold techniques required, not required, but that help you when you're trying
good
to
underwater. Yeah,
and
look like a mermaid.
They learn things like poses and like somersaults and like just like, because it's like kind of the age is like 6 and up.
Yeah.
So obviously they expect children. So you learn little basic kind of fun little tricks and stuff as well.
Right. I like it. No, I think you'd be perfect at that. That's it. That is a great gig.
Do not mention Scuba Radio.
I'm excited to skip. I don't have to do all the other certifications to get into being an instructor. That I automatically just instantly qualify to be an instructor.
You're already a mermaid, so you're being grandfathered in as a mermaid
Grandmothered
instructor. Grandmothered, right. Exactly.
Yeah, the next step would be an instructor trainer, so I can teach people to be the instructor.
There you
Jerry
go.
could be your first student.
Okay.
Bad idea.
Barry has already signed up.
Nope.
I think they got to.
Jerry.
Yeah, they go in as a buddy team. Barry and Jerry, potential
No,
mermaids.
Barry has too much respect for mermaids. Remember.
True.
Okay.
Loser.
All right. Well, I think
I'm gonna pee in your wetsuit again.
Will you stop?
Okay.
Way to make it awkward. Okay. So, but the thing is that is a pretty good gig. But I'll tell you, I saw something on Disney Plus this past week. Even though I haven't been diving as much as I'd like to, I've been watching it. Whether it's, what, that My Octopus thing on Netflix. But I found this little Disney short on Disney Plus, where they interviewed the guy who works in the California Disneyland underwater as the official diver who monitors all the rides, like, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea or the Finding Nemo ride. And they have to do with this when the park is closed. And so they go down and dive every night to kind of check everything, check the critters that are in there, I guess, too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, there must be one here for Disney World.
Sure there is. There has to be. I mean, the hours, they got to work third shift.
You need to get that.
You want to know who certified the people at Disney World?
Mickey Mouse.
Casey the tobacco nut.
That's right.
Yeah,
Crazy
see?
Dog Scuba certified the construction crew.
That's right. I knew this. Back in the day, I knew some of the folks that worked.
So
there.
are
I
you
don't
going
know
to
if I
get
know
them on
anyone.
the air for an interview to talk about
No,
this?
no. I just thought I'd bring it up, let you go watch it on Disney Plus.
Oh.
Yeah, but I do wonder. Do you
think you
that
have
would-
a radio show, right?
Huh?
Yeah.
What? What is this you speak
Well,
of?
He did.
No, I'm
After
just saying.
today, we don't know.
Do you think that is a cool gig?
Yes,
though?
of course.
Even though you'd have to, you could only dive at night, in the middle of the night, 3:00 in the morning, and would it get old quick, or would you always?
I do
be
like
going-
my sleep, so that
right.
would get.
There'd be that
Actually,
issue.
the people I certified said it's very dangerous because you are diving at night and
Yeah.
the machinery is active.
Okay, yeah, you don't want to be decapitated by the Little
Yeah.
Mermaid or something that's moving and on some mechanical
Imagine them
thing.
opening the next morning and the heads floating around.
Barry.
Yeah, really?
Not funny.
That's not.
Are you laughing at decapitation?
That is not appropriate.
No, it's just the way he said that.
Look at him laugh.
That's not right.
You disgust me.
That's okay.
I think
This is what you call a red
too
flag.
tight.
Exactly. It is.
Or redhead.
I don't know. I mean, I think it is a cool gig, but I'd wondered if it'd get a little monotonous after a while. But it does. It is kind of a cool thing to say, hey, what do you do? I'm the head diver at Disneyland.
But
That
the
would be-
parks do a lot of work at night, at midnight, when everyone leaves.
Right. So if you got to
Yeah,
work, you might as well be underwater, I guess. So I'll give them that much. But watch it on Disney Plus. It's a little Disney short about some of their employees. You can find it on there. More coming up.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Let me tell you about a friend I know. He's got the world's first scuba diving radio show. So now everywhere I am, and everywhere I go, the first thing that I tune to is Scuba Radio.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ's in the studio with me. Scuba Radio, Scuba Squad, connected via the web. Barry the Bugger, Jerry the Diver Guy, Vinny Two Tanks, Casey the Tobacco Nut, Bubble Boy,
sir.
Mermaid Kristen, and even Captain Walty Martini live from the Gomez Hilton.
Mermaid instructor Kristen.
That's true. Well, I don't know. When does this happen? This hasn't happened officially yet. Right,
No,
Kristen?
I'm still submitting all my paperwork to them.
Yeah, mere formality.
They basically told me that everything is from what I have, everything seems good. I just need to have like proof, like verification that I've done this stuff before. And then
Would you like us to vouch for you? Use us as a reference?
I might use one of you as a reference.
Okay. All right.
If you use one of us, you must use all of us.
It's all or none.
Use Dr. Doug.
Yeah.
I don't
There
work
you
for
go.
free.
Okay. Well, hey, we do have some big news to share this week because I thought she was going to be with us, but Brittany, the Aqua Gypsy, she's not with us right now. She was going to join us, but she evidently crossed over this past week to Mermaidium.
We lost her?
To Mermaidium from an Aqua Gypsy. She became a mermaid at the Gomez Hilton, and she's an Aqua Gypsy. So I don't know if she has, went to the dark side or seen the light. I don't know. Captain Walt, what can you tell us about that?
I just sent all you guys the little bitty couple of snippets of shoot that we did in the pool here at the Hilton a couple days ago.
They were shooting mermaids and at the Gomez Hilton. And and Brittany was one of them, right?
Yes, and Brittany was really surprised. She said, what Greg hasn't been able to do in 4 years, I got her to do in just a couple of minutes.
Well, he's Captain Walt D. Martini. I mean, I'm just me. And we'll explain because I have nothing to do with this. I only provide the platform. Come on now.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Okay, who wants to go down the creepy tunnel inside the tomb first?
We're just gonna wait here for a little while till things quiet down, if you don't mind.
You're going down. You're going down. You're going down.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. And look, I need to clarify something here. People have said this before, that you have your Scuba Radio mermaids. And, this is something that we have we've kind of looked at our Scuba Radio Mermaid as a marketing arm of Scuba Radio over the years. But all the mermaids that we have worked with, like Kristen, they do this on their own accord. I am not a mermaid maker. You hear what I'm saying, CJ?
Definitely not.
That so when they come to us, or they gravitate to the show, we just, provide the platform for them to join the party and maybe create some opportunities for them to, show up in videos and pictures and things like that. But we do not recruit or try to convince mermaids. And like Brittany, who is the Aqua Gypsy, as Cam Walsh said, 4 years ago, she came to us. She's a dive instructor, very capable, much better than Jerry the diver guy. And I said, do you want to be one of the mermaids or what do you want to do? And she goes, no, that's not really my thing. I'm like, okay, cool. So we came up with the idea, like, well, she likes to travel. She said, how about the Aqua Gypsy? I was like, bingo, I love it. So it's Brittany the Aqua Gypsy. And then lo and behold, she
minus the thievery.
Well, she visits the Gomez Hilton this week, and for whatever reason, she became a mermaid. So this transition, I don't know if it's permanent or temporary. Cam Walt, can you tell us one way or another, or what happened exactly?
Well, she was here with the scuba jet guy. And,
right. Okay. Yeah.
And it was pretty cold. And so she said that she would go in the pool and try it.
Yeah.
And then I called Taylor and I said, hey, can I borrow your tail for Brittany? And then
because she's a tailor.
Brittany put the tail on and did the little bitty it's not a full shoot or anything. It's just a couple little things. I just was standing there with my camera while she was in the water doing it.
Right.
So that's how that all came to fruition.
Okay. Well, I mean, do you think this is a new thing?
No, temporary, one day.
It was
okay.
Shot. Temporary. It was like a lack of judgment kind of deal.
Brittany the mermaid. Got it. Mermaid Brittany.
Okay.
Either that or copious amounts of rum punch.
She was socially lubricated, and that lent itself to some of these activities at the Gomez Hilton. I was surprised. I mean,
was there a mucous membrane involved?
I don't know. Negative.
Okay. According to Captain Walt, he says no.
Okay, then I think she's still gypsy status.
Okay. Well, we'll let her speak for herself, but that was kind of...
She would have to be instructed by Kristen, I think, to become a real mermaid, right?
Yeah. What is the threshold, Kristen? When can you officially call yourself a mermaid?
Once I do orientation.
Which orientation?
I don't know when that is yet. I haven't gotten that far in the stuff. I'm still trying to just...
Well, I know what you're talking about for the PADI class, but I'm saying if you are the, the big cheese, if you're like the head mermaid, how will you determine when somebody has crossed over into full mermaidium?
When they pass my class.
How long is it going to take for somebody to get certified?
It doesn't take long. It's only... there's like basic knowledge stuff. It's like a day, I think. You could do it in like a day.
How much money will you make?
I have no idea.
Millions. Easily.
Probably as much as a regular scuba instructor makes.
Probably.
Oh, you got to make more than that.
Keep modeling.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm not giving that one up.
Yeah. Don't quit your day job. Right. But, I don't know. I mean, is this little experience that Brittany had, does that have her cross over into mermaid status, you think? After she's done a shoot like that?
Cross over into mermaid status because I think she got this.
Yeah, I mean, she obviously can do it. It's just a matter.
I would like to watch this try to work.
Well, we could conduct a little experiment. Like, how long would it take Barry or Jerry to cross over into mermaid status? Or would it be more of manatee status?
No. You see,
well, Barry would probably be beach whale status.
No, mermaid.
He has too much respect for beach whales.
I will pee in your suit again.
Will you stop with that? Jeez.
I believe it's some fetish that he has.
Well, okay, whatever.
I think the real question is out of the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad, other than Brittany, who's going to be the first one to take my class and become a certified mermaid?
There you go. Vinny Two Tanks is checking his tail right now, according to the video.
Barry has this thing with Aquaman, so I would probably put money on him first.
Jerry's already an instructor. He would add this to his list of things he could do.
Yeah, well, there's that. I mean, it is a...
I think, all kidding aside, I think it would be kind of hard to swim in that monofin.
Well, exactly.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know if I'd be into it.
This is a skill. This is a learned
It's a good
skill.
lower
Do it
ab
proper.
workout.
I bet.
Lower abs. And God knows the entire group that I'm looking at could use some ab work. You know what I mean? What are you laughing at,
Hey
Barry?
there, monkey heart.
Nothing.
You'll be sore for sure.
You know, Jedis, in order to become a Jedi Master, you have to create your own lightsaber. Wouldn't a mermaid have to create their own tail?
That's just a movie, Barry.
No, I mean, look, she.
I want some Christmas.
Yeah, well, Christian, she creates her own tails.
In an undersea world.
Welcome to Scuba Radio.
Yeah. Lightsabers and mermaid tails don't go together well, I don't think. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, I don't.
I'm just saying that's...
I don't think those work underwater, do they?
I don't know. I don't
Jerry
think
has
we're
a snake
talking
on the
about
end of his hand.
Jerry, what say you?
Greg, I this week, actually February the 11th, has made me 20 years of being an instructor.
Okay, great.
In those 20 years, there's not been a Mermaid 1 certification under it. So, no, Barry. Sorry.
Well, there you go.
I don't know what he's saying.
I have no idea either.
He's just rambling.
Just tell him it's great.
Got a mermaid certification.
That's great. That's great, Jerry. That's great.
Okay, great. Good for you.
We're so proud of you, Jerry.
Jerry, 20 years and still sucking on air.
There you go.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, you know,
just like Scuba Radio.
Well, no, 23.
Well, I know, but
Greg's got 3 years on me.
Yep, that's true. So, but yeah, you know, it's totally up to the diver to decide whether or not they want to be a mermaid or not. We do not like entice them or push them into that activity. Is my point.
No, you got to be into it.
It's your choice. It's a goal that you set for yourself. So there you go. All right. So
throw some heinous anus out there for them. To
yeah. Okay. There, Brittany. We're gonna have to find out if it's a permanent or temporary thing. Walt says it's temporary. The other thing she was going to update us on was the Florida stone crab.
She's already doing a very mermaid-like activity right now.
What do you mean?
Blowing off the show.
There's that. No, she does this thing called work. Oop, I said it. 4-letter word. Sorry.
Easy. Bleep that out.
We'll fix it in post. But yeah, the thing is, she did go out and do some crab hunting. You know, for the lobster.
We don't got the crabs?
She has traps that you can, it's evidently not a hard thing to get your traps. They're free in Florida. Have you ever done that, Casey? I mean, you're out there on the West Coast where this is I think it's more popular over there.
Yeah, I know that a lot of people run traps. I didn't know you could get them for free.
Yeah, I mean, you still have to buy the traps, but there's not like an extra fee. You have to get your trap
as
registered.
long as you only run so many traps. I don't know how many that is, but if
you gotta run traps and label them.
Right. You have to register them with Florida, but there's not a fee to register your traps. Like a saltwater fishing license type of thing or whatever, I guess. So you can go buy your traps, register them, which is free, and then go set your traps, I guess, in areas that are, not protected or whatever.
Mabry?
No, not there. But you could do this, Casey, off of your new boat. Did you get this, by the way, yet? That was the other thing.
Yes.
You did get your boat.
I'm going to look into this trap thing. I realized they were available. I didn't know you could register them for free.
Yeah. So you just got to buy your traps. I don't know how much they cost, but I can't imagine they're that much. But you go soak them for a few days.
It now.
Okay. Barry's on it. He's Googling.
Well, what else does Barry do?
He's Britannica today.
Barry is the best at facts and figures.
What is he? What does Barry do?
Diddles.
He diddles. Does he?
I thought he piddled.
Quiet.
That too.
Quiet. I can't think when I'm laughing.
No date.
Would you like to talk diving? Greg the Dive Master's all toweled down and ready to take your call now. Call Scuba Radio at 1-888-88-SCUBA.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving, flying, and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving, flying, and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why I wanted to tell you about Nanook Professional Protective Cases. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook cases generally cost less than similar products currently on the market. From an iPhone to a full set of dive gear, whatever you need to shield from the elements, Nanook Professional Protective Cases has the size, shape, and color for you. Go to nanook.com. That's NANUK.com for Nanook Professional Protective Cases. The evolution of protection.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new ScubaRadio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 ScubaRadio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always. And I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New ScubaRadio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com.
So cool.
Order yours today, or stay a loser.
Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
So here's some advice I wish I would have got when I was your age. Live every week like a Shark Week.
Now the party don't start till I dive in. Jump in with your fins. We promise you won't get the bends. Today we will play in an underwater way. Here we go with the show. Time to let those bubbles blow. Scuba Radio, oh, Scuba Radio, oh. Jump in with your fins. We promise you won't get the bends. Today we will play in an underwater way. Here we go with the show. Time to let those bubbles blow with Scuba Radio, oh, Scuba Radio, oh.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I agree. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving, proven once again I've spent too much time out of the water and doing musical things that, are meant to annoy the world. You're welcome. Or we apologize. That brings us to some viewer mail. This is from Dave. Dave.
We have viewers?
Yeah. Dave has emailed us and asked, hey, does this new sponsor you have, Heinous Anus Scuba Snacks, is that related to Barry and Jerry's Butt Munch? No, and I was like,
what?
No,
I believe those
there's
are
no
separate,
connection.
separate entities.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a breakfast cereal.
There's no butt munching here.
I'm just saying, that was more of a snack mix kind of thing.
Dave?
The Scuba Snacks.
Who is this Dave?
Damn you, Dave.
Scuba Dave, obviously. So there you go. All right.
What was it, Jerry and Barry or Barry and Jerry?
Barry and Jerry's Butt Munch.
Alphabetical order.
It was a failed product from years ago.
Obviously.
It didn't stick.
Today's my last day on Scuba Radio. I can't do it no more.
Yeah. Well, every once in a while they put out a shipment for the holidays.
Oh,
just for,
special.
Like nostalgia type
Tastes
stuff.
like peppermint?
Maybe. I don't know. There could be some of that in there. Just saying. Anything's possible. Well, it looks like we're not able to connect with Dr. Doug today. The only report...
He's frozen.
That's right. He's been cryogenically preserved in a lake in Utah.
So who wants to go ice diving now?
Barry may have peed in his wetsuit.
Well, I think what will happen is next week we'll get the report.
Melt him.
They're having trouble. They're having trouble getting a signal from where they are, which is underwater, under ice,
Because the
in a
ice
lake
closed up again.
in Utah. Vinny Two Tanks, what say you? What do you got?
Since we got some time, I'd like to ask if you've talked to Explorer Ventures and when's the next Scuba Radio?
We have. And the problem we're having right now is the rules keep changing. So, I've asked them to hold off another couple weeks. So, because right now, for instance, we were looking to do a trip in Saba, and we may still do one of their itineraries in Saba. And they are running, don't get me wrong. But I want to wait until I know we have all these restrictions kind of cleared up a little bit. So when I decide, hey, we're going to go and you want to join us, there's not a whole lot of hoops you got to jump through, because right now you're still having some issues where they're changing a little bit as far as what you have to do to get there is one thing. But when you come back to the States, how do you get your test before you're allowed back in the States? And there's some issues popping up right now. Domestically, there's rumors that there could be some restrictions on even flying domestically. That's what's out there. So until the kind of dust settles a little bit, we've kind of held off picking a week just yet, Vinny.
Nobody wants Greg in their country. Got it.
Yes, that's one issue, but
that or they want him back into the country.
Well, true. There's that too. So I'm trying to kind of navigate this accordingly.
Thanks for the update.
Yeah, no problem.
Good question, Vinny.
Vinny wants to go.
We're sending a sticker your way.
I want to go.
You know what?
I want to go.
I got a sample of Heinous Anus Scuba Snacks with
Just
your
for
name
you,
on it.
Vinny, the question of the day.
Just one of them, by the way, not a whole bag.
Think of it this way. If they go stale, you'll never know the difference.
Yeah.
Walt, what say you?
Walt has an idea, maybe. Walt?
If they go stale, you'll not get any tail.
Oh. Yeah, if they go, no. If they go stale, you didn't keep them in your tail.
Right.
Greg, no.
No,
Kristen says no.
Greg.
Eyes just got wide. Bad Greg.
Oh, God.
I don't know. The whole thing, it just may not work.
They're not popsicles.
Folks, we only got
There's
4 more minutes
suppositories.
left.
Greg, what I really wanted to say was that the dive guide went over to Freeport.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
On the fast ferry. Had no problems at all. Went in, got out, came back.
And he's back a good day. That's right. I was going to check in with him yesterday, and I forgot to give him a shout. But he's back in the States and,
No problem.
all clear?
Didn't have
Okay.
any- other than he had to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning to get to the ferry on time to get over there.
Yeah, because it's about a 4-hour run, and he went back and forth in the same day.
Right.
Just went over to Freeport for a few hours and came back. But the trick is, or the thing right now is, you don't have to get a test to come back to the States if you travel on the ferry to the Bahamas.
Well,
So-
do you have to have your shots already?
I do have my shot.
Yeah. You have to have a PCR test to get into the Bahamas, Barry. So within 5 days of travel, is that right? PCR, is that what is it, or PRC? PCR,
You have to
right?
apply for a travel visa as well and get approved for that.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I mean, all this stuff is on Bahamas.com. They got their protocols, but the problem right now is the U.S. keeps changing the rules, or that is the part that is still creating some issues for divers to travel. I say you pay them off with heinous scuba snacks. Customs loves that. They love that. All right, look, that'll do it for this week. We apologized in advance, so we're good. Till next week, remember, it's always better where, gang?
Heinous anus.
Safe diving, everyone.
On the boat or down below, if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go! Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.